So you're wondering if there really is a permanent fix for migraines? Yes, it's true. In order to explain, I will need to share a little story with you.
My name is Paul. I'm the co-founder of Let Your Brain Dance and the Brain Dance Migraine Formula.
5 years ago, I was on the phone with my boss at home with my family. My boss was complaining about something at work, and I had just had a glass of orange juice. My boss asked me something, and as I went to reply, the words got stuck somewhere between my brain and my lips. I couldn't speak. Immediately, I got very nervous, as you can imagine, and with a lot of effort, I was able to squeeze out 2 words. Can't talk, can't talk. I really couldn't. I looked at my wife, who was getting the kids ready, and focused on saying just one more word: hospital. About an hour later, while I was waiting for a lot of tests, I was laying on the hospital bed thinking to myself, how is this going to end? I cannot leave my family. They need me. How can I be a father with a messed up brain? Thankfully, this did have a happy ending, though the nurses and doctors were worried at first because I had lost my vision and had numbness in my arms and I had trouble balancing. They eventually determined it was a migraine called a cluster migraine. They didn't tell me how to fix it, or what caused it, or if it would even happen again. That was all on me. I was just happy to be leaving the hospital. They gave me a medication that I can't really pronounce. It's called Zolmitriptan. And when I took it, it made me feel like I was being sucked by a vampire. It felt like my blood was being sucked out of my body and everything dried up. I decided I didn't like that solution, but didn't know what else to do. I suffered for 2 years with expensive symptom-treating drugs and side effects. I thought avoiding migraines, throwing up, losing my vision were all going to be part of my life. I regularly lost my sight and had 3 more migraines where I lost my speech, though not as scary as the first time. In hindsight, I wish someone would have just told me how easy it was to fix these problems. I wish someone told me my head pains and my migraines were unnecessary and needless. The truth is this: if you're watching this and you suffer from migraines or chronic headaches, you are not broken. You don't need to just avoid triggers. No. Your diet is broken. So fix it. It takes less than 14 days for most people to rebalance their minerals, vitamins, and hormones. I will get to that shortly. I just wish I knew this information before suffering for 2 years. I lived those 2 years being careful and using way too much ibuprofen. I eventually learned what my triggers were and how to avoid most of them, but it really affected my life, and I spent many days and nights out of commission. I considered this the worst part because I was not able to be with the ones that I love. Many times I hit a trigger by accident, and I would just try to get home before I couldn't see or think or speak properly. There has to be a better way than this, I thought. I fix computer networks for a living, and I figured if I could just do my homework and research the heck out of it, I could find a solution and get my life back to normal.
So I began what would end with Brain Dance.
My search for a permanent solution led me down endless Google rabbit holes, often ending in vague things such as, migraines are sometimes mysterious and unexplainable, or you're born with it, deal with it. I thought to myself, this is the 21st century, that doesn't sound right. So I started experimenting on myself. I would just try stuff and see if it hurt me, because I wanted to know. I first discovered all my triggers, but still didn't know of a way to fix myself. It didn't seem fair that other maladies had cures but not migraines. It seemed like no one was even looking. Everyone had given up on headaches and migraines. But if you have bad eyes, we have a surgery for that. Bad heart, we have a surgery for that. But migraines had nothing except painkillers. I am not a doctor, and this is good because I think doctors are really good at solving acute and immediate problems like keeping us alive. That is why these common non-answers frustrated me, because they weren't really answers at all. It was just like duct tape on a broken pipe. Painkillers. I took a lot of painkillers during that first 2 years. I would often open up a bottle, look inside, and think to myself, I've taken all of these? I learned 2 things about painkillers. 1, the more I took them, the more often I needed them and the stronger doses I needed. and I hated thinking I was getting addicted to that. And second, after taking them for a few days in a row, which I often did, I noticed my thinking and my thoughts were not as clear as usual. When I wanted to solve a problem, I really had to concentrate, and I couldn't just send the question to my brain like normal and see what it would come back with. I figured out this is called brain fog. As I mentioned, I spent about 20 years as a computer network technician, where all I did was solve problems. I was good at it. I would do a situation analysis, take in all the data, even the data others would call dumb and unrelated. Then I would isolate the variables, do some tests, and voila! I usually fixed everything I touched. My tests would often break something worse before I found the answer, and my endless questions would irritate my coworkers, but they would put up with it because they knew I would usually always figure it out. I noticed I had already started this discovery process by testing and finding my triggers. So I thought, there must be a better solution than brain fogging painkillers. Turns out I was right, and the solution is fast, harmless, and cheap. Who knew? So I thought, great, but why didn't anybody tell me? So I researched the main causes of migraines, not their triggers, and investigated the remedies that were most commonly used for those causes.
And my results are what I put into the BrainDance formula.
This is what I found. Migraines are a sign of poor vascular health, poor blood vessel health specifically in your brain. The following answer seems so simple, and I wondered why no one had done anything about this. Then I thought, well, it's because the solution is too cheap, and the drug companies make more money on our poor health than if we're healthy. And by drug companies, I mean also the hospitals too. The causes of migraines are actually the causes of many other worse ailments if you let them go. Like for instance, heart disease, stroke, high blood pressure, all those things. And a migraine may help someone who was going to die of a stroke or heart attack not die because they try and fix the problem first. So the migraine could be a blessing for a lot of people because it helps them fix their vascular health, which in turn adds 10 or 20 years to their life because they avoid those other serious issues. And that's the reason why I don't think people talk about this, because there's not money in it. Supplements are relatively cheap to produce. You pay $30 a month and you're done. Or if you take a couple supplements, you pay $50 a month and you're done. Whereas if you can sell them pain meds for 20 years and then heart meds and then maybe even surgery, you make a ton of money off that person. So there's no money in this. Maybe that's why it hasn't been shared. Here is it broken down very simply. The average migraine is caused by two factors: poor vascular health and inflammation. Poor vascular health is the blood vessel health, and inflammation we're all familiar with. If you take care of these two problems, you can fix the cause of your migraine. It's that simple. Number one, taking the right supplements will usually correct your vascular health. Number two, avoiding triggers will usually take care of inflammation. Now, one of the best ways to take care of inflammation is to figure out what your body reacts to. Your brain is full of blood vessels, and it has pretty much the hardest job in your body, so it makes sense that it would show signs of problems first. Just like the CPU in a computer would cause the entire computer to freeze if it has issues. All of us should be really concerned about good vascular health and how to fix it. Other side effects of poor vascular health, poor blood vessel health, are a lot more scary than migraines. Think of high blood pressure, heart disease, strokes, heart attacks, blocked arteries, clots, just to name a few.
BrainDance helps with all of these
because it gives your body what it needs to build, repair, and maintain strong vascular systems. This will make you more resistant to all these ailments. Inflammation and constriction are the primary cause of migraines. Inflammation caused by the deterioration of your vascular system. What causes this deterioration? Age and our modern diets. Around middle age, between 30 and 40 for most people, our bodies stop producing as much of these nutrients as we need. And they're not able to get it out of our food because our modern diets don't contain it. So it's a two-pronged problem. One, the foods don't have what we need in them. Even the organic foods, the things just aren't there. And two, our bodies are less able to extract those nutrients and supplements that we need. Here is the good news. This problem is totally correctable for almost everyone. Most migraine sufferers will be able to completely eliminate their migraines, and the rest will be able to control them. With this knowledge that migraines come from poor vascular health or deteriorating vascular health, I began taking supplements that would help the situation. My migraines did not go away completely at first, but after about a month, I thought to myself, wait a minute, I haven't had a migraine in weeks, and not even a bad headache. I hadn't changed anything else in my life. Can you guess what I did next? I tried to give myself a migraine by exposing myself to my triggers. A close relative is a doctor and he told me to be careful, but I was really curious and excited to see if I had really found something that worked. Orange juice had given me the largest migraine where I lost my speech and vision, as I mentioned before. So I drank a huge glass of it, and it gave me a headache and some symptoms, but they were a shadow of what previously happened to me. I experimented much more with different supplements and past triggers. I even ran out of supplements once while I was traveling and got a full-on migraine, though not as bad as before. I learned by this that our bodies need a constant supply of certain minerals and nutrients. I kept on thinking, why didn't anyone know this and tell me about it? Why did I have to suffer for 2 years? Then I thought, wait, many people are still suffering and for a lot more than 2 years. I know some who have suffered for decades with worse symptoms than mine. I wonder if I could help them.
This is when my wife Flavia and I decided to create a supplement for migraine sufferers and launch Let Your Brain Dance.
It took more research and time than expected because when you are dealing with supplements like food and meds, you want to make sure you are giving your customers the best. For example, there are many supplement brands that just cut and paste the proof of quality in manufacturing, and the certifications on their websites are not real. We chose not to deal with manufacturers from countries where there are no standards. We sincerely want to help you and are not hiding this answer from you. We don't want to scam you and sell you some fake miracle drug. I'm going to share with you what you need to fix your migraines in this video. We want to share our discoveries with you and hope that this knowledge will give part of your life back, the part that migraines have stolen. What's the big secret? Here it is. The most important mineral is magnesium. Any type of magnesium will work okay, but you really want a full spectrum one that is in biglycinate form. This means your body will absorb it and it won't give you the runs. We wouldn't want to have you take something that gets rid of your migraines but makes you waste an hour in the bathroom. There are other supplements that will help, but this is the one you start with. All our products at Let Your Brain Dance are simply made to fix your brain pain, headache, and migraine problems. Then after this is solved, we help you maintain excellent vascular health and supply your brain with what it needs to serve you so well that it will outlast your body. We have many other great products that will help you.
But Brain Dance is where you start if you have migraines. I would say Brain Dance, 2 or 3 capsules a day,
and the multivitamin of your choice, or you can take our multivitamin. That's where you'd start. Give that 2 weeks. That usually fixes everyone.
Brain Dance is different in 3 ways. First, our formula is meant to correct migraines and eventually prevent them. Most migraine supplements are meant to treat the symptoms like headaches, sensitivity, or nausea. Second, Brain Dance contains the best form of magnesium. Other formulas that do contain magnesium use the cheaper forms of citrate or oxide, which your body cannot absorb well. These forms give you the runs before your body has enough to prevent migraines. And third, the blend of vitamins and minerals in our formula complement each other and work together. For example, vitamins C and D help your body interact properly with the B vitamins in our formula and create better absorption of minerals and nutrients in foods and other supplements. And the vitamin D with magnesium in our formula helps calcium go to your bones and not calcification in other parts of your body.
We have free shipping to everywhere. We even have free shipping to Canada because that's where I'm from. Before I finish, I want to share one more thing. We discovered that selling people supplements is only half the help they need. Knowledge of how migraines work is the other half. You cannot just say, here, take this and you'll be fine. If someone understands why something is hurting them, they're much better to deal with it. And they also won't stop taking the supplements like I did. And if the supplements are not what you need, although they usually are, we will help guide you to a solution for your brain pain. The best way for us to help you do this is by signing up to our newsletter or going to our blog. Our mission is simple: to help good people take back their life from the thief of headaches. I say thief because the most upsetting part about having migraines for me was always thinking, oh man, this is such a waste of time. When will I feel better? My family wants to be with me and I want to be with them. Migraines and chronic headaches steal our time. And as the saying goes, do you love life? Then do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. I have a request for you today after you watch this video.
Give BrainDance a try.
You are worth it. It's very safe, very inexpensive, and the potential outcome is getting a large part of your life back. Why not? Why not give it a try? You don't have to waste your time suffering. Then, if you know someone who our product and information may help, please share this with them. From all of us here at Let Your Brain Dance, we wish you the best. And remember, migraines are optional. Life is too short for migraines, my friend.